Everyone, please sit. First, I'd like to begin by welcoming each and every one of you and thank each and every one of you for being here on this happiest of days. It is no accident that each of you is here today, and each of you was invited to be here because you represent someone important in the individual and collective lives of Eric and Sarah. I truly can't think of a better venue than the Meadows, Eric's family venue, for an occasion that I know is not only monumental for the wedded couple to be, but for all of us who are lucky to know and love them as individuals and as a perfect pairing. The most remarkable moment in life is when you meet the person who makes you feel complete, the person who makes the world a beautiful and magical place, The person with whom you share a bond so special that it transcends normal relationships and becomes something so wonderful that you can't imagine spending another day of your life without them. For Eric and Sarah, that happened about 4 years ago when they met me. And we became best friends. But about 6 years ago, they met each other, and which I guess is pretty okay too. But in all seriousness, I know how deeply these two care and love for one another. And I feel privileged to be here today among all of you as a witness of their commitment to a lifetime of love for one another. I think I've had the good fortune to meet most of you here today at some point or one or another. But for those of you whom I haven't met, my name is Paul Cray, and I came to know Eric and Sarah one winter night 4 years ago. I had met some of their friends through other friends, and I tagged along to an infamous Stedman winter party. Little did I know that I would meet two incredible people that night. Eric and Sarah immediately welcomed me, and talking with them, it was evident that these two were unique. As you all know, Eric and Sarah have this wonderful ability to bring people into their orbit. They say that you are only 6 degrees of separation from anyone else on the planet, but with Eric and Sarah, it's only 3 degrees of connection. Connections made by late night games, parties, and lazy days on the lake. Connections made of support for when life gets tough. Connections that start with, hey, I just met you 5 minutes ago, and you seem pretty cool. We're gonna go get dinner at Taipei 101 later this week. You wanna go? And you know, with a line like that, how could one not say no? Or how could one not go? Excuse me. And since that winter night, I have had the pleasure to watch these two grow in their love for one another. Now, Eric and Sarah have asked me to keep this speech short, classy, and family friendly, and politely asked me to leave out stories that are unflattering to either of them. So I've had to redline more than a few stories, but I do feel comfortable saying that I told you so. This is exactly what I said when I learned that when Eric proposed to Sarah. As a third-party spectator to their developing love, it was extremely clear that the two of them represent a perfect pairing, because each of them complements the other so well. They balance one another, and while each of them is a tremendous individual on their own, together they are even better. And they are being better together as a team, a unit, and partners in crime over the years is what ultimately leads us to be here today, witnessing their commitment to one another in front of those they love most. I wish I could tell you a single story about Sarah and Eric that summarizes their relationship and how they enrich each other's lives and the lives of each of us. But the truth is that there isn't one single event that is a good representation of what they mean to me, to each other, and to all of us. But what I do know is that both of them care deeply and passionately for each other. They protect each other, and they make each other laugh and think outside themselves. They help each other in ways that are obvious and ways that go unnoticed, but are always appreciated. I also know that it's not just anyone with whom you can communicate with simply a look, or have the weirdest nicknames for, or surprise each other with the newest Star Wars TV show, or say, I'm sorry, every time it's warranted. They do that for each other and with each other. But it's also my personal experiences with Eric and Sarah that highlight the quality of their love. It doesn't matter if I'm with them hanging out or watching them interact as their D&D characters, Brogo and Elvira. When I'm engaging with Eric and Sarah, I'm always enjoying myself. And I am certain that part of what makes them so special to each of us, how happy and content we feel when we are with them. And what I wish for them on their wedding day is that their life together as a team is one of complete contentment, full of those moments that they wish would never end, and that they continue to make one another smile and laugh as they make each of us do. Dearly beloved and honored guests, we are gathered here to join Sarah Brown and Eric Regensberger in the union of marriage. This contract is not to be entered into lightly, but thoughtfully and seriously, and with a deep realization of its obligations and responsibilities. The bride and groom have each prepared vows that they will read now. Eric, will you please read your vows?
Thanks, Paul. Sarah, I love you with all of my heart. For the past 6 years, I've been so thankful that you decided to give Coffee Meets Bagel one more chance. When we met for brunch at the farmer's market, I immediately noticed that you were incredibly open. You were honest, candid, and vulnerable with your experiences and feelings. Plus, you wanted to eat family style so we could try everything, which is a major green flag for me. You're always your true, authentic self, and I love that about you. You were put on this earth to help people, and it inspires me to be more compassionate, patient, and understanding, which sometimes can be hard for me. I vow to always try to meet people where they're at and to support you in your endeavors. I proposed to you when I realized that we were already a family. COVID lockdown was tough, but it also forced us to deal with the big questions. It made me realize that there was no one else I would rather wake up to every day, and proposing to you would just let others see what I already know. And also, you survived 10 days in Turkey with my entire family, so I already know you have the patience of a saint. I vow to always put our family first, whatever it may look like, and to show up when things get tough. I love how you can make any experience feel incredible. From Jurassic Quest in Greensboro, which is definitely meant for all ages, to somehow finding a 4-leaf clover every time you step outside, including today, you always approach everything with joy and enthusiasm. I vow to say yes to adventures with you, which makes me a lucky man. We've had to overcome unique and difficult challenges to get here today. I know sometimes you think that the obstacles you face make my life harder. I want to let you know that they actually inspire me. The way you rise above and deal with what seem like insurmountable problems with a smile makes me realize that we can achieve anything as long as we're together. I vow to always be there when you need someone to be in your corner, to support you in the ways you need, and to hear you when you need someone to talk to. My life has changed in so many ways since I first met you. I've changed careers, moved multiple times, created a group of amazing friends, became a dog dad, and I've been welcomed into your wonderful family. I am a pretty confident guy, but I can also become paralyzed in the face of change. You've helped me overcome my own fears and made me a stronger man. I vow to always be open to what you have to say to me and to give you courage when you need it. These last 6 years have flown by, but I don't take any of it for granted. It is a joy growing, loving, fighting, crying, and laughing with you. And I can't wait to do it for the rest of my life. I love you most, Sarah Brown.
Sarah, will you please read your vows?
Well, that's hard to follow. Eric, one of my favorite things about us is we are notorious for our nicknames. From Bubba to Puppers. Oh yes, our silly nicknames are the theme of my vow, so be prepared to be embarrassed. When I first met you, I dubbed you on my phone to help to remember you as Rough Rawls, Rawls meaning Raleigh. However, I didn't need any help to remember you, as you took me on adventure after adventure in the city you love. Through the years, I learned we can have an adventure anywhere we go, even if it's going karaokeing, just the two of us in a Korean bar, which, by the way, my ears are still ringing from Mr. Brightside. And of course, another nickname that stands out is Baby. Yes, this quintessential nickname has to make the list. Although we use it for everything, it can't be mistaken for a common saying, as it captures how much love and tenderness I hold for you, and you for me. I can't help but smile just thinking of how you buy me sunflowers just because it's Tuesday, or watching you cuddle our pets, which Indy of course loves, and proves to be my rival in snuggle time. Most of all, I think about your patience and your hugs when life gets a little too much. Let's fast forward though to the most common nickname now we have for each other. Oh God. Poopers. This weird nickname is the one I hold the dearest, and its origin is complex and hilarious that I would elaborate on, but I only have so much airtime. Because the fact of the matter is, I literally could care less what you call me. Because I am totally and utterly yours. So for today and always, I promise to support you as your fellow partner in crime in all adventures you cook up. I promise to always ask for infinite amount of love and cuddles. Definitely on the cuddles. I promise to always bring a lantern to light your path when things get dark in your life. And I promise to always come back to you no matter what hardships we face. I promise to work hard at this partnership every day by your side. Because Eric Regensberger, I love you. And I will continue to create weird, fun, loving nicknames and moments with you forever and always. I love you, baby.
Damn, I'm crying. Woo.
And now for the affirmation. Sarah, do you take Eric to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do you part?
I do.
Eric, do you take Sarah to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold this day forward, for better or for worse, richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do you part?
I do.
Now for the rings. Eric, I got him. Don't worry. Eric, place this ring on Sarah's finger. Oh, yes. Place this ring on Sarah's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my commitment and devotion.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my commitment and devotion.
I give you this ring as a pledge to love you.
I give you this ring as a pledge to love you.
Today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
Today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
Sarah, place this ring on Eric's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my commitment and devotion.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my commitment and devotion.
I give you this ring as a pledge to love you.
I give you this ring as a pledge to love you.
Today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
Today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
And now, by the power afforded me by the state of North Carolina, it is my honor and delight to declare you married. Go forth and love each day to the fullest, and you may seal this declaration with a kiss. I am so pleased to present the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Eric and Sarah Regensberger.